The Honda VE-TEC system is a full hydraulic system. On previous videos we saw how the higher cam lobe is engaged, but in actuality the synchronizing mechanism is internal to the rocker assembly. It is controlled by the ECM using a VE-TEC solenoid and pressure sensor. First, let's start by pointing out that Honda has a habit of grounding solenoids at the body, and this system is no exception. The same principle of grounding at the body is also used in transmission shift solenoids. In this case, the VE-TEC solenoid is grounded at the body itself, which is the reason why we see a single wire exiting the solenoid. Since the VE-TEC system has only two possible settings, the solenoid is an on and off unit, as opposed to duty cycle controlled. Also bear in mind that the VE-TEC hydraulic mechanism is engaged at higher RPMs. So at lower RPM, the system is off, and no voltage is sent to the solenoid. With the solenoid disengaged, the system is in what Honda calls lost motion, which is when the center rocker just turns freely. As soon as RPM and load goes up, the center rocker is locked, and VE-TEC is active. This is done by the ECM providing 12 volts, and the ground is taken from the body of the solenoid itself. Remember, the ECM is also monitoring the VE-TEC pressure sensor, or switch, at the same time, but on that later. Right away, there are a few possible problems that may arise with this system. One is to make sure the VE-TEC solenoid is grounded properly. This means double-check the engine block ground. Check between solenoid and battery negative with a multimeter. You should see no more than 100 mV at idle. Then, at between 4000 to 6000 RPMs, test the solenoid 12-volt activation coming from the ECM. This is a big solenoid. Look for at least 1 amp. There are different variations on the market. Determine current draw from specifications. Use a large light bulb test light to draw some current through the circuit. If the 12-volt activation supply is good, then shut the engine off, remove the solenoid, and inspect the screen and O-ring. Other issues with this system are leaky rocker arms and low oil pressure.